Explosive lightweights of our time, Gervonta "Tank" Davis against one of the most feared and ferocious explosive lightweights in history, Manny Pacquiao. Both men are southpaws and use genius traps to get their opponents to drop their guard and set up hard punches that end the night. While Manny Pacquiao was more of a volume puncher, we all know Gervonta "Tank" Davis was a one-punch knockout artist. Manny Pacquiao also had to chop trees down because he went up in weight throughout his career. Gervonta now is still at what looks like is his natural weight, so he's still able to use that power. Both men used amazing angles. Both men also used amazing momentum punches, meaning they would wait to the last second and then step in and catch the opponent coming at them, and it'd be like a high-speed collision. Tank Davis was great at creating openings to land that one-punch eraser, while Pacquiao created openings in a different way. He would do it by throwing lots of punches and really throwing variations from head to body, but the result would be the same. Both men would stop or knock out their opponents. If prime Pacquiao fought prime Tank Davis at 135 or 140, who wins? Tell me in the comments.
Barrios has shown both respect and realism as he prepares for Manny Pacquiao's return to the ring. He sees this fight not as just another match, but as a major turning point in his career. Facing a legend like Pacquiao, someone who has defined multiple boxing eras, means proving his own value on a global stage. Barrios recognizes the challenge Pacquiao faces in preparing for someone like Gervonta "Tank" Davis, who shares similar physical traits with Manny, but adds a dangerous combination of speed and knockout power. Aware of the uphill battle ahead, Barrios draws motivation from the moment, pushing himself to train at a championship level. With Davis potentially waiting in the wings, the stakes of this fight are even higher.
I take a lot from that fight, actually, man. You know, like the way Tank, you know, you use the way he closes his distance, you know, the way, you know, like he worked off his speed, you know, similar size. I think Pacquiao might be a couple inches taller. But yeah, man. So like again, all those fights, you know, they're like prepared me for this moment. You know, I gotta be ready for this fight, and just going back, you know, taking what I can, you know, from those fights as I always have, and then, you know, just working.
Manny Pacquiao has made it clear that Gervonta Davis is the kind of opponent he's eager to face. Davis isn't just another name to him. He's the type of challenge Pacquiao thrives on. However, Manny has drawn a firm line regarding the terms of the fight. It must take place at 145 or 147 pounds, the weight range where he feels most confident. This isn't about ego, but smart strategy. At this stage in his career, Pacquiao understands his physical limits and believes that bringing Davis up to welterweight would create a fairer fight. It's a calculated decision from a seasoned veteran, who's not just returning to the ring, he's returning to win.
Any possibility that you would go back in the ring and fight someone like a Tank Davis?
If he wants, and if he come up to 147, then we can fight.
He can't meet you at 140?
145 maybe. It's not a problem for me. I'm an experienced fighter, so.
Tank Davis responded with the confidence expected from a rising star. Dismissing any hesitation about facing Manny Pacquiao, he boldly stated that he's ready anytime, anywhere. Davis didn't hold back. His words carried conviction, making it clear that this isn't about chasing money or headlines. For him, it's a genuine challenge, and one he's fully prepared to take on.
Saying him and then fighting somebody like Pacquiao is give me hope for sure. It doesn't matter who I fight. It doesn't matter. As long as I put on a great performance it doesn't matter. I don't believe.
At 46, Manny Pacquiao is defying both critics and the limits of age. While most fighters his age have retired or moved into non-fighting roles, Pacquiao's return to the ring raises serious questions: slower reflexes, reduced stamina, and a higher risk of injury. In contrast, Gervonta Davis is in his physical prime, creating a clear generational and athletic gap. Yet what Pacquiao lacks in youth, he makes up for in experience. His timing, ring IQ, and strategic mastery have helped him overcome younger opponents in the past. Still, no matter the opponent, age remains the one challenge Pacquiao must battle every second he's in the ring.
Something like a pro wrestler to an extent. You ain't gonna get the fights you want with this dude. You gonna get him fighting Mexicans and gimmick fights like this. Now, the sad part of all this is, in my opinion, is this fight is crazy enough to happen. It's going to make a lot of money. It's going to do good sales. But not only is it box office and big business, in my opinion, if promoted right, Looking at this motherfucker's resume, this is probably his toughest fight, in my opinion. A 45-year-old Pacquiao will be the closest thing to a 50-50 fight Tank's been in. And that's sad, that's fucked up, but it's the absolute truth. This is the closest thing he's been into a 50-50 fight, a 45-year-old Pacquiao. Me personally, I don't know what Pacman has left in the tank for me to say that this is going to be competitive. Comes to age, speed and reflexes are the first thing to go. Explosiveness are the first things to go. So off youth and explosiveness alone, Tank should be able to beat the old man. But the fact that this is even up for debate is sad, man. Like I said, stop looking at Tank as a as a regular fighter. Look at him as an attraction. When he fights, expect to see the bitches come out. Expect your casual friends to hit you up. Talking about
A respected boxing analyst recently highlighted the massive financial potential of a fight between Gervonta Davis and Manny Pacquiao. He believes the bout could rival some of the biggest pay-per-view events in recent years, thanks to its unique generational clash. Pacquiao offers historic value and a global fan base, while Davis brings in a younger, high-energy audience. This contrast between legacy and rising stardom creates the perfect setup for an iconic showdown. But beyond just the money, the fight could reignite public interest in boxing, drawing in nostalgic fans, as well as a new generation of viewers.
Just gonna rub it in. Pause. I remember saying when Tank couldn't get a fight in, I was saying Shakur shouldn't have signed that deal with Matchroom if he wanted to fight Tank. Lomachenko, I said he ducked. But then when he couldn't find a fight, I said, hey, fight Manny Pacquiao. The reason why I said fight Manny Pacquiao at 144 was, number one, you can get the sensationalism and the crazy hype shit of a Jake Paul fight, right? It got the money grab on it. On top of that, though, he can prepare for 140 by fighting Manny at 144, get a training camp in at your weight class. Then he can come down from 144 and fight Keo at 140. Everybody say that don't make sense, Biz. Can't fight Lamont Roach, take a knee, draw. Grease now.
Pacquiao didn't step back into the ring without careful thought. Before confirming his comeback, he mentioned potential opponents, like Ryan Garcia, Conor McGregor, and Gervonta Davis, each bringing unique appeal and financial value. This wasn't random name-dropping. It was a strategic move that reflected both business acumen and competitive intent. Pacquiao made it clear he wasn't returning for easy wins or symbolic fights. He was only interested in headline-worthy matchups. His team understood the importance of hype in modern boxing, and by floating these names, they generated exactly the kind of buzz needed to make his return matter.
So I'm not sure how true this is, but supposing Manny Pacquiao's coming out of retirement. And these are the three names that he's interested in fighting. And now of these three names, which one do you think is the best matchup? Conor McGregor, that would just be a money grab. Everyone knows Manny Pacquiao's skill level is way above Conor's. Tank Davis? Nah, Manny Pacquiao would get knocked out by Tank Davis. I'm telling you right now, Tank would catch him, and Manny's going night-night. Now, Ryan Garcia is the fight that makes the most sense in my opinion. If you guys remember, this fight was heavily rumored at one time. And I think it might even been booked at one time, but it fell through at the last minute. And it makes the most sense to happen. Ryan Garcia is a big name currently in boxing. Style-wise, they match up perfectly. And it's a fight that could go either way. If Ryan Garcia wins, he adds a big name like Manny Pacquiao on his resume. And I know he's coming out of retirement, but still, that's Manny Pacquiao. And if Manny Pacquiao wins, he adds to his legacy and inserts himself right back in the title run. So again, these are just rumors, and I don't know if Manny Pacquiao's really out of retirement. But if he is, the fight that makes the most sense...
Whispers within the boxing world hint that talks for a Pacquiao versus Davis fight are moving beyond casual interest. According to sources, both camps are now seriously exploring the logistics. However, everything depends on how Pacquiao performs against Barrios. A strong, injury-free win could pave the way for the Davis bout. While there's no official announcement yet, cautious optimism is growing. The fact that reliable insiders are confirming these behind-the-scenes discussions adds real weight to the possibility.
Interpretation is that the boxing public is upset because they believe Pacquiao's going to beat Barrios, which is going to lead to a Tank Pacquiao fight?
Yes, look around. Look in the Discord. That's what everybody, Pac and Tank, that's being set up.
Oh,
Tank
so,
and Pac.
okay, so they saying Barrios is the setup for Tank and Pac. I didn't see that, but your argument makes sense. If he beats Barrios, there's nothing wrong with him fighting Tank. But the issue is he don't deserve the Barrios fight off a 3-year years off and a loss to who, guys?
And that's Crimea River, man. That's what boxing is.
For longer deserve a. I'm just gonna rub it in. Pause. I remember saying when Tank couldn't get a fight in, I was saying Shakur shouldn't have signed that deal with Matchroom if he wanted to fight Tank. Lomachenko, I said he ducked. But then when he couldn't find a fight, I said, hey, fight Manny Pacquiao. The reason why I said fight Manny Pacquiao at 144 was number one, you can get the sensationalism and the crazy hype shit of a Jake Paul fight, right? He got the money grab on it. On top of that, though, he can prepare for 140 by fighting Manny at 144, get a training camp in at a heavier weight class. Then he can come down from 144 and fight Keo at 140. Everybody said that don't make sense, Biz. Can't fight Lamont Road.
During media appearances, Manny Pacquiao kept expectations realistic, making it clear he's focused solely on the Barrios fight for now. He didn't promise a string of comeback bouts, but he also didn't rule them out. This careful approach suggests he's waiting to see how his body responds before making future commitments. Still, by not closing the door on potential matchups, with Ryan Garcia or Gervonta Davis, Pacquiao has kept fans.
Anyway, when you beat Barrios, what's next? Are you going to fight Ryan Garcia, Haney, Lopez, Gervonta Davis? Are you ready to go through these fights?
One at a time.
But you want those guys.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I always, I cannot say after this I'm going to fight like that. But one at a time. After the fight, we can see, we can talk like.
Oscar De La Hoya, a fellow boxing legend turned promoter, didn't hide his concern about Pacquiao's return. He warned that putting a 46-year-old body through intense training and a high-level fight is a serious risk. Highlighting the importance of health and long-term well-being, De La Hoya reminded everyone that Manny is more than just a fighter. He's a global figure with responsibilities outside the ring. His caution wasn't driven by rivalry, but by genuine care, viewing Pacquiao's comeback as a high-stakes gamble with no guaranteed payoff.
You have to remember that. So give your body some rest. Rest right now is Manny Pacquiao's friend in between training, in between sparring sessions. There's no shame in taking a day off or two, Manny. Trust me. Let your body relax, let your body rest. He'll do fine. He's experienced, he's got obviously the power because it never leaves you. The speed I'm a little worried about, but I think, look, Barrios is a live dog. He's a world champion, and he's no slouch. So I think it's going to be a good fight. I wish Manny all the best. I'm not sure who's going to win. I really haven't seen Barrios, but I think Barrios, I mean, the youth is obviously...
Criticism is growing over the decision to sanction this bout with Pacquiao's age at the center of the debate. Many experts believe the WBC should have shown more caution, especially considering the danger posed by a heavy hitter like Gervonta Davis. Concerns are also being raised about the tight timeline. If Pacquiao faces Barrios and then quickly turns around to fight Davis, it leaves minimal time for rest and
Start with Manny and Tank. That fight's even more trash than this one because Tank Davis is a way better fighter than Mario Barrios, bro. Tank Davis would send Manny Pacquiao. That's not a good look. So Manny can call it out all day. I'm sure PBC would love to make that fight. Tank Davis, if you and your team watching this video, bro, anybody that's rocking with Tank watching this video, that's beneath you, bro. That man's 72 years old, bro. He about to get hands put on him by Mario Barrios anyway, in my opinion, so I don't think it matters. But even if he was to somehow win and defeat Mario Barrios, I would not want to see Tank Davis take on no damn Manny Pacquiao, bro. That shit would be all wrong.
Robert Garcia, one of boxing's most respected trainers, offered a blunt warning about the risks Manny Pacquiao faces. He pointed out that Gervonta Davis's youth and knockout power could be too much for the aging legend to handle. While Garcia fully respects Pacquiao's talent, his concern lies with Manny's safety. He hopes Pacquiao will consider retiring after the Barrios fight instead of pursuing another dangerous matchup.
Manny's gonna fight Tank after that. How would they fight? Take 135 pounds. Got weight. 43, 44. Yeah. Who wins that one? I think Tank. Why did they want that fight? It's a big fucking fight. It's a huge fight, Ellie. Who do I cover in that fight? Huh? I like both of them.
For Pacquiao, this comeback isn't about staying active. It's about legacy. He has his sights set on just two names, Mayweather and Gervonta Davis. One represents a chance to settle unfinished business, the other a potential passing of the torch. It's clear Manny isn't interested in padding his record, but in closing his career with purpose and meaning.
We're talking to Manny Pacquiao, and Pacquiao says he only wants to come back with 2 fights. Floyd Mayweather the rematch, or he wants the title of Gervonta Davis. He's calling out Gervonta Davis, you two. What do y'all think about this? Manny Pacquiao, Gervonta Davis, Showdown. How would this go? Who do you think would win? And would it be great for boxing? I think it would. Pacquiao, Gervonta Davis will be a smasher, will be a banger. Might break some records because Manny Pacquiao's fame and Gervonta Davis's fame. This would be a good match. I hope this happens. You two, like, comment, and
Despite his undeniable talent, Gervonta Davis has faced ongoing criticism for supposedly picking easier opponents. His fight with Lamont Roach Jr. only fueled that narrative, sparking debate among fans and analysts, many of whom are now calling for a rematch to prove Davis is still taking real challenges seriously.
Available options for meaningful fights that look realistic in the here and now, right? You try to fight Lomachenko. Loma said he didn't want to fight, so that fell out the window in 2024. Maybe it can be revisited. Rayo just lost to Gary Antoine Russell. I was looking at Rayo as a possible Tank foe. We do know that Team Tank reached out to Team Rayo at a point. So fast forward to the future stuff. So for me, I think this is great for Tank Davis because now you can rob the bank twice, run it back. Fans feel a type of way, which we'll talk about more. And you get to, like I said, rob the bank twice, run it back, get the clarity that boxing fans want, and then you can worry about the next move. Now, this is funny. I tell you guys all the time, there's a lot of low-quality content in the world of boxing, right? The usual suspects.
Mario Barrios isn't just a tune-up, opponent. He's a dangerous, motivated fighter with something to prove. For him, this bout is a golden opportunity to make history by challenging a legend. Win or lose, sharing the ring with Pacquiao instantly raises his profile and solidifies.
And she told me when you were kids, she would do the best in sparring. She would get the best of you.
Oh yeah.
When did that change, Mario? When did that change?
He wasn't the only guy she got the best of in San Antonio. She got the best out of everybody, man.
Yeah, my sister's a beast, man. Like she couldn't spar other females a lot of times.
Unfair.
Yeah.
Mismatch.
She was like overwhelming, man. She was just naturally, strong. And so yeah, most of the time her smart partners they were dudes. But I mean, I couldn't really even like spar with her serious. I mean, until I was like 17.
We have Sean Gibbons here, Manny Pacquiao's right-hand man, advisor, head of MP Promotions. Sean, I know you spent a lot of time with Manny Pacquiao over recent weeks and months. There's a lot of conversations about Manny's comeback. What is the latest that you could offer and the update around the potential matchup with Mario Barrios?
Well, the latest is Manny's fighting an exhibition on 28th in Japan. So, you don't want to really look past that. But if he's successful there, Mario Barrios, we've talked about Conor Ben, which I believe was a great fight. That would have been a tremendous fight. We could have done it in England. We could have done it in the U.S. We could have done it in Riyadh season. But the fact that he wasn't able to come off the suspension, that put the brakes on that. So that brought us to Mario Barrios. He's the WBC world champion. Manny's first belt ever many years ago was a WBC.
Pacquiao's approach is both bold and calculated. Instead of jumping straight into a high-stakes fight with Gervonta Davis, he's using the bout with Barrios to assess his performance and shake off any ring rust. Only if he passes that test will he move forward toward Davis. On the other side, Davis also has a rematch to deal with, which makes the timing work perfectly. This strategy shows that Pacquiao isn't acting out of impulse. He's preparing smartly, using each step to build toward the ultimate challenge.
The Filipino legend is taking on WBC welterweight champ Mario Barrios this July. But here's the kicker. Pacquiao's first world title was as a flyweight, and now he wants to retire as the WBC welterweight champ. Talk about a career comeback, but can the Pacman turn back time? He hasn't been in top form lately, while Barrios is coming off a tough draw. Will Pacquiao's experience triumph over youth, or is this one fight too far? Either way, July is shaping up to be an explosive month for boxing. Pacquiao's rolling the dice one last time. Will he make history as the oldest welterweight champ ever? Get ready